I bet you don't have this in your collection. Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson. Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. This is a series I do once in a blue moon, just for the fun of it, not to be taken too seriously, because I'm sure some of you own, some of these albums. But this series is, I bet you don't own any of these albums. And it's just another way, to talk about different albums that are in my CD collection. And, but I don't think anyone would have all of these. They might have 2 or 3, maybe 4, but I'd be very surprised if they had more than that in their collection. But I'm sure I will find out. So first of all, this was sent to me by one of my friends online, Pal Barabajakel, better known as Gene. And it is P. Hux, As Good as Advertised is the album. Be very curious if anyone else has heard of this artist, or especially this particular album. And I just did a reaction on Patreon for it. And it is free for anybody to check out. It's public, and it's pinned at the top of my Patreon right now. So if you love really good pop rock, melodic pop rock, kind of ELO, and of course he has played in ELO 2 with other ELO band members. This is his excellent book, which I'm just, the way I read, I go all over the place, but it is really interesting, and I highly recommend it if you're a fan of music. And so that's that. There's the back of the album. Yeah, I was really impressed with it. I won't give away what I rated it out of 10, but like I said, it's free to watch on Patreon, and I hope I, maybe get more Patreon members too. And his full name, I'm going to try to attempt it. And I might see if he would be interested in an interview on my channel. Parthenon Huxley. I hope I said it right. Yeah, he even has a story about working with Paul McCartney in the studio. So very interesting. And I also wanted to finally get to this. I ordered this a few weeks ago. And if some of you might remember, I interviewed John Halsey. He was the drummer for the Ruddles. And of course, he was also the drummer for the great band Paddo. And this is his new solo album, Songs of the Donkey Shed. And John autographed it. Hi, Larry, and thank you. And this is a great album, too. And there's John on the back. Fun album. Thank you very much, John. Where am I? All right. Now, some of these are, pretty well-known bands, but I bet you don't have them in your collection. How about, and this was gifted to me, I believe, by Pal also a couple of years ago. The Move. I like to call them The Move, but it said, The Move, although on the cover it says Move. Message from the Country. Just more great rock music. And of course, Jeff Lynne was in the band, and Roy Wood. I remember I did a video once talking about The Move, and for some reason I kept saying Ron Wood. No, Ron Wood was in the Faces and the Rolling Stones. I know, sometimes I make a mistake. How about this one? Steve Earle, Towns. I bet you don't have this in your collection. Let me know in the comment section below. So all of these I really like. It's more about just showing them and seeing if you have them or not. Look at this. It's another album by The Move. Looking On. I actually need to play these more. I was so, I'm so into ELO that I and I have played these. Don't get me wrong, but I need to play them more. So let me know if you have Looking On in your collection, because I do. Another album that was gifted to me. Now we're veering towards country music, but great country music. I bet you don't have this in your collection. Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson. No, it's Johnny Cash. No, it's Johnny Carson at Folsom Prison. His one and only live album. Yeah, this is great, and I thank you again. I am gifted throughout the years by so many viewers, CDs and artwork, magazines, books, money. Seriously, that sometimes I forget who sent what, but thank you whoever did send me this, and then he sent me some other Johnny Cash albums too. The American Recordings ones. Next up, and this is on my video I posted on my other channel today about overrated, underrated bands, the greatest bands, the worst bands. So please check that out today. And I was pleasantly surprised to see this band in the list of top 10 underrated bands. Canned Heat, Living the Blues. Let me know if you have this in your collection. Going up the country. Now this one I just played last night. I have their whole discography now. And I've only played this maybe once or twice in the past. I definitely need to play all of their albums a lot more because I do want to rank their discography at some point. And I enjoyed this. It's not their best album, but it was good. Let me know if you can land it in your CD or vinyl collection or 8-track collection. Now I'm going to kind of swear a little bit here, so I'm just warning you in case there's little children around. Okay, I'll give you time to get them away from this video. Don't be watching Canadian Studmuffin. Put them in the other room and lock the door. Okay, is it safe? How about some Tits and Ass? Golden Earring. And this was also gifted to me by a viewer. Great album. I believe this was their, sadly, their final studio album. Just imagine, a parent asking their child, "What are you listening to?" "Tits and Ass." Just say Golden Earring. Some great Canadian content and some more great pop rock music. The Northern Pikes, Secrets of the Alibi. And that's right. I've met them more than once. They're all really nice guys, great guys. We're basically best friends. What's next? As most of you know that watch my channel all the time, don't hit the microphone. And I'm using the new microphone. I do like the Blue Yeti, but like I said, I have issues with it getting disconnected, the USB cable. And I have another microphone review coming soon. And there's going to be some kind of giveaway contest for, if I keep doing these microphone reviews. Anyway, I'm really starting to slowly get all of his albums, and the latest one I got, let me know if you've heard this or if it's in your collection. Donovan, Beat Cafe. Donovan is back after 8 years with 12 cool new recordings. And it's a very good album. I enjoy it. Now this one, and maybe 2 or 3 of these I've shown in the series before. I can't remember everything I've shown. But this one isn't in my main CD collection. It's over where my DVDs and Blu-rays are. And so sometimes I kind of forget about certain albums that have weird packaging. But this is a really good album. It is Arthur Brown, Long, Long Road. So if you've heard Arthur Brown, check this album out. It is excellent. I always get this album confused of which was the first one. I believe, and I know my viewers will let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe this is their debut album. Humble Pie, As Safe as Yesterday, and I have all of the early albums. I have the box set too. And the other one was Town and Country. I believe that was their second album. But just, some great pop rock music. As some of you know, I'm a big fan of the sensational Alex Harvey Band. I bet you don't have this in your collection, though. It is Rock Drill. And this is one of those twofers. The other one I have is SAHB Stories. Great albums. I bet you don't have this in your vinyl or CD collection. It's the Rascals. Search and Nearness. There they are. What a great band. Of course, at this time, they were down to a threesome. Well, there's Eddie in the back. But I believe by this time he had left the band. Now, speaking of John Halsey, who I mentioned at the beginning, and he was the drummer for this great early 70s band, let me know if you have this in your collection. Paddle, their very first album. Just great bluesy rock music with excellent guitar work. And pretty good drumming, too. And vocals were superb. A band from the UK. Sweet, Give Us a Wink, including my favorite Sweet song, Action. Although the other one I really love is Ballroom Blitz, of course. Just more great pop rock. Now, a few months back, I interviewed Richie Castellano, who's in Blue Oyster Cult. And also, of course, he's played with John Anderson in the Band of Geeks. And he recommended during the interview Trevor Rabin's album Real. And so I bought it and very impressed with it. So let me know if you have this in your collection. 3 more to go. Oh, well, this one I've shown this recently. It was gifted to me by Jeff. Thank you again, Jeff. And I have played half of it. This is Grand Funk Railroad, Bosnia. And I actually was pretty impressed with it. The first song, Are You Ready? I feel it certainly doesn't compare, to the live album. Even Jeff said that. But Are You Ready? Mark Farner's guitar is kind of weak on that track. But after that, it's really good. I was very impressed with it. And I will be playing disc 2 very soon. I'm a busy guy. There's just so much great music. And speaking of great music, I bought this near the start of the year, and I played it quite a bit. And then once again, you kind of forget about it because I have just, and I certainly don't have a CD collection like some people do, but still, I've got a lot of CDs. But I played this last night, and I love it as much as ever. I might check out her band, The Breeders. It's Kim Deal. Nobody Loves You More. I just love her vocals. And the final one, now some of you might have this, but this is kind of I wouldn't say it's rare, but maybe it is rare, I don't know. It's the Beach Boys, That's Why God Made the Radio, and it's still sealed, and it's from Reader's Digest Music. And it comes with, as you can see, the album, of course, and then disc. So I guess it's 3 discs, and disc 1 and disc 2 are, like a greatest hits thing. I will sell this for $500,000. I might open this up at some point, but just kind of cool to have one sealed CD in my collection. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to the comments below. Have a great day. I love you all. Bye.